And I'm pretty sure there's the hack on the flamethrower. That's when you get it working for you. Pretty sure we hacked the machine gun as well. Yeah, we did. And look at that. You get the flamethrower and machine guns. That's a perfect example of utilizing hack, but waiting until the critter launchers are removed first due to the fact that Captain Everspark will hack the critters. And we don't want that. We're not going to waste our valuable gunboat energy on hacking a freaking single critter. Supercell, please fix it. Rank 17 on my main account, Skull Crusher. And Skull Army, I'm going to show you how we did it. 4 engine room strategy coming right up. Good morning, good afternoon, and yes, good evening, Skull Army and friends. It's your boy, your friendly neighborhood Skull Crusher, coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video. And in today's video, Warships Season 44 Heavy Ship Week 1, Day 3 of the season. And boy, oh boy, are things picking up here. Yeah. Day 3 on Skull Crusher here, rank 17. We actually did hit rank 17 yesterday. We're going to be going through the log here today, Skull Army, where we will be showcasing the replays here to essentially help you with some 4 engine room strategy. And if you are interested in just heavies, meaning just heavies and Sparky for 4 engine room, then this video will be timestamped. You can skip right to, it's going to be mid towards the end. We're going to start things off with Skull Crusher, which these replays will be 4 engine room strategy with Captain Everspark, Heavy, and Zuka. And we're also going to be showcasing 4 engine room with Captain Everspark, Heavy, and Smoke. Smoke has been playing a huge role with the Heavy, so we're going to get into that in a little bit later in the video here. Before we do go into the replay log, I do want to show you essentially what's been making the difference here. And of course, max level heavies. Of course, a max level gunboat won't hurt due to the fact that more gunboat energy is well, it's better. For me right now, I'm not going to drop the 105. I'm pretty much trying to save to hopefully max my rocket launchers as soon as possible, but we'll get there eventually here. But yeah, I definitely would recommend maxing out that gunboat. Every little bit of gunboat energy does help. Hypocritical of me because mine's not max, but again, max level heavies making a big difference here. And then of course the Zukas making a big difference here. And then of course Captain Everspark, no love for Everspark. So we only do have her at tick 1, and then a lot of players I'm already starting to notice the 80 to 100% troop health. I am only rocking 50% troop health on this account here. I don't think I'm going to pick up that additional TH node since we are already 4 engine room and rocket launchers are right there. We're pretty much going to continue on the path here, and that's right, guys. I just want to forewarn you. I'm sure most of you already know Grens is a real thing right now. So they made it. They were there for season 43, and they're back for season 44. We're actually going to be showing you a replay in my log from Dyson Lin, who is actually using Grens, and there's a lot of other players out there using Grens as well here. So we're going to start things off here with Dyson Lin, but I'm actually going to show you Dyson Lin's replay first, just to give you an idea here. And yes, I did beat a Grens player with Captain Everspark, Heavy, and Zuka. So one thing I'm going to point out with regards to Grens players is you're going to have a pretty good understanding if you are matching a Grens player due to the layout here, and it's going to make more sense once we show my replay going up against Dyson Lin here. I'm sure some of you are already kind of running into these layouts, not my layout that Dyson Lin is attacking, but when you see what layout Dyson Lin is running, that should be a red light going off that it's going to be a Grenadier player. So again, I'm going to show you my replay here. We were 222 to 215 here. We did end up beating Dyson Lin by 7 seconds. So these layouts right here, okay, if you notice the 2 and 2, so the 2 engine rooms on the left side of the layout, the 2 engine rooms on the right side of the layout, there is a very good chance that it is going to be a Gren player, knowing that the Grens players realize that the compact bases are super easy for the Gren, so now they're trying to make it more difficult for the other Gren players, which is why if you do end up matching these layouts, it should be a big red flag that you are most likely going up against a Gren player. But again, you know, a beautiful split drop there with the Heavy Zuka, and boom goes the dynamite. GG Dyson Lin. And as we continue here, Sergey UA here. Yeah, he fizzled and left 3. So again, we're doing pretty well here, actually. So you can notice on this layout here, I was assuming this was a Grens player due to the one engine room kind of tucked on the left side there. But we just dropped 1 boat of heavies, 1 boat of Zukas on that left ramp. And then we went back to the right side ramp there, and it was 3 boats of heavies with 3 boats of Zukas. And again, with Captain Everspark, and I've actually switched my ability over to a hack. And it's all about just managing the hit until you take out the critter launchers. And once you take out the critter launchers, then you are able to use your hack. And honestly, it's working wonders for the hits here. And the reason why you do not want to be hacking when the critter launchers are still up is because right now, I don't know if it's an intended glitch or bug or not, but Captain Everspark is actually hacking the critters from the critter launchers, and it's just super annoying when you're wasting that much GBE on hacking a critter. You know, you want to hack the critter launcher, or at least the defense nearest to you, not the actual critter. So this is ongoing right now, so just be careful if you are using hack. Make sure you are managing the critter launchers, get rid of them first, and then start using your hack, or else Captain Everspark will hack the critters. So as we continue to swear here, again, left 3 engine rooms. So on this one, I believe it was 3 boats of heavies. What are we doing here? Oh, that's right. Okay, so we're 5-3. We're 5-3. Okay, so we're actually going up a little bit heavier on the heavies here, but we did actually start the drop-off with 3 boats of heavies, 3 boats of Zukas, Captain Everspark. There was a hack on the cannon right there, and then we delay drop 2 boats of heavies just to kind of get that stagger there. But as you can see here, you know, we got that early hack off on the cannon here, but we're pretty much just managing the hit here. I'm pretty sure I do have GB for hack here, but I'm using it on shocks on those critter launchers there. We were lucky to actually get a shock right behind the sky shield there to pin down that 1 critter launcher on the right of the engine room, an aggressive flare directly on the critter launcher there, and I'm pretty sure there's the hack on the flamethrower. That's when you get it working for you. Pretty sure we hacked the machine gun as well. Yeah, we did, and look at that. You got the flamethrower and machine guns. That's a perfect example of utilizing hack, but waiting until the critter launchers are removed first, due to the fact that Captain Everspark will hack the critters, and we don't want that. We're not going to waste our valuable gunboat energy on hacking a freaking single critter. Supercell, please fix it. And as we do continue here, I'm going to assume my Russian character friend. This was fairly slow on my end, but, you know, just as slow, way slower actually on my opponent here, 1:16 to 14 seconds. So again, notice there that we've got the 3 boats of heavies coming out, the 3 boats of Zukas, and then Captain Everspark. So this is also going to be another 5-3, but notice how the drop will start things off with 3 boats of heavies, then 3 boats of Zukas, Captain Everspark, and then you're going to see a delayed drop of the additional 2 boats of heavies. So there's one right there, and there's the other right there. And I think we high flag it on the very far side of the right ramp on the left side. So again, then it just comes up to managing the hit here. So no sky shield is a blessing. It's just a matter of pretty much shocking the critter launchers there. We got aggressive there. We ended up hacking the flamethrower. Sometimes I try to push my luck. It does not always work to my advantage here, but nonetheless here, the Zukas have been a blessing here. Once we do get to the heavy hits with smoke, you'll see you're pretty much relying on your opponent to fizzle, but we'll talk about that a little bit more here. You know, annoying critter launchers here, but again, you know, more than enough Zukas here to keep this going. Check this out. So again, we aggressively flare the critter launcher, and then we start getting our hacks going. Notice how we did have to take out that critter launcher first, or else Captain Everspark most likely would have hacked the critters. And again, we do not want that. So this was just an aggressive flare up top. I activated hack. I wanted to hack the machine gun. It was unfortunate though, but this is why we were so slow, because my Zukas got picked off by the machine gun there due to the fact that we hacked the sniper there, and then it was pretty much just critter power to finish off that engine room. We did have to flare Sparky over. She was still in range of the sniper, which did pick her off, but this was pretty much critters for the win. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Critters for the win on that one. And as we continue to OG here, as you can see, this was, well, I ended up getting 3 engine rooms, and OG only ended up getting 1. So notice how we've got this sniper right over here. I've seen a lot of players actually drop 1 boat of heavy and 1 boat of Zukas on that left ramp to actually take out that defense there. Sometimes there's a rocket launcher there, which is super annoying. That's right, rocket launchers are out and about in force, so you do have to watch them. You do need to manage them, which is why if there is a rocket launcher on that side, it's not a bad idea dropping a heavy and a Zuka to manage it. But since it was a sniper, I wasn't worried, and we accidentally ended up having this work to our advantage. You guys will see what I'm talking about. So there's the, you know, the 3-3 drop with Sparky, then the delay 2 boats of heavies, and this is where things got interesting. So we ended up actually hacking that cannon there, and it was the cannon that actually ended up taking out the sniper on the other side there. Having that work to our advantage. And then, of course, you know, right back to managing the hit here. It's all about shocking the critter launchers. You're pretty much saving your gunboat energy to shock the critter launchers. If you are using heavy Zuka with Sparky, shocks are your pride and glory, so it's probably not a bad idea to make sure that your shocks are maxed as well on your tech tree. But again, here's just a perfect example of the nerfed critter launchers just completely, you know, slowing down the hit here. Of course, I had to flare out of range. Sometimes this is a strategy. You know, you're going to literally have yourself stuck in a loop if you don't think on the fly here, and just flaring back just to get out of range of the freaking critter launchers goes such a long way here. And I think we actually ended up hacking one of the critter launchers here. Actually, let's see what happened here. No, we flared back on that side over there. Oh yeah, and then I think we just kind of free cleared here. 2 engine rooms perfectly in range here. There's the hack on the sniper, but again, the Zuka is just getting completely tied up by the critters there, and I think it was the mines. Yeah, there we go. I think we just actually hacked one of the critters there, so super, super annoying, and then we just retreated because we knew we had the win there. But yeah, another perfect example of just critter launchers just completely, you know, rendering the hit if you're not managing them accordingly. And even after the nerf, yeah, they are still causing a ruckus. And as we continue, we did take an L to Hamad Athro, chicken shipper, I believe. GG, my bro. And then Darth Bane. Yo, massive shout out to my German friends, Rayquaza and Darth Bane. You boys rock. Keep up the good work. Guys, go check out their YouTube channel as well. I'm going to try to have a link to it right here. We'll have a card in the video, so you should have a link to their YouTube channel right here. Definitely check out Rayquaza and Bane. But nonetheless here, yeah, I think Bane was a 17 when I matched him, so this was freaking awesome, knowing that I got the win against Bane. So GG, Bane. Yo, mad love and respect, buddy. Peace, love, and respect, homie. So no rocket launchers. This was a blessing here, so you can see the drop there. 3 bolts of heavies. I think we did Captain Everspark and the 3 bolts of Zukas, but essentially the main strategy here is 5-3. 5 bolts of heavies, 3 bolts of Zukas with Sparky. So the main drop here will be 3 bolts of heavies, 3 bolts of Zukas, and Captain Everspark, and then you delay drop 2 bolts of heavies. And then you can see there's 1, there's 2, and I think we either high flagged it on the left side or the right side of that right ramp. But nonetheless, then this just comes right back down to managing the hit there. So we got a good shock on the critter launcher on the right side there. We followed up with the left side shock, pinning down that critter launcher. I think this was one of the first time I actually ran into boom cannons as well. So I think that was also a little bit intimidating, just knowing that there were the boom cannons there. But again, just, you know, managing the hit very nicely here. It's Zukas are, heavy Zuka is much easier than just heavies and smoke, but some players just did not unlock Zukas. So yeah, heavies and smoke is possible, but again, guys, we're going to be getting to that on Captain Borealis after the Skull Crusher hits here. So Sparky goes down here, and I think the Zuka's just, there we go. We took out the critter launcher, and then the last one goes down fighting. And then this Skull Army, this was the epic boss fight to rank 17. I need to point out that I literally pushed for almost 4 hours yesterday. I literally should have streamed it, because it was from about 11:30 p.m. till about almost 3:30, quarter to 4 a.m. in the morning when I finally hit 17. I lost like 2 or 3 boss fights. This game just drives me absolutely crazy at times. But nonetheless, here we go, guys. Big shout out to SKM here. This was 4-2, and that's right. SKM just like legitimately fizzled hard here. You guys have no idea the sigh of relief I had on my face when I saw the opponent had retreated. At that instant, I knew we had hit rank 17, and all that hard work, that 4 hours, it was a perfect example of just a stream where, you know, 4 or 5 hours of just pretty much floating up and down in a rank, just aiming for that goal. And my goal was 17. I was stubborn AF yesterday. I literally told myself, you know, I'm not going to bed until I hit rank 17. So we did it. Like I said, took like almost 4 hours, but you know, I think I got like a few hours of sleep. I was pretty tired at work today, but we smashed it regardless here. So again here, I'm not sure if we see opponent has retreated on the screen, but my opponent did end up retreating, which did allow us to get the win here, but I'm pretty sure we were able to get one more engine room. I think there was just an aggressive flare. There we go. The shock on the critter launchers, the flare on the engine room as the sky shield goes down, and this was just riding it out right to the last Zuka's critter launchers. I think no. Oh yeah, we going out with style there, flaring Sparky right into the cannon. And there we have it, Skull Army. That was Skull Crusher's push into rank 17 with the heavy Zuka Captain Everspark strategy with hack. That's right. Remember, please manage your critter launchers first, meaning shock them, get them off of the deck layout before you start hacking, or else you will end up hacking those critters. So before we make our way over to Captain Borealis and I show you a different 4ER strategy with regards to heavy and smoke with Captain Everspark, please do not forget to leave a like on today's video. It does mean the absolute world to me. It does help the channel grow, and yes, of course, it does appease our YouTube algorithm overlords. So all right, let's go over to Captain Borealis. We're back, Skull Army, on my Captain Borealis account, and now we're going to be showcasing some Captain Everspark with heavy and smoke strategy. And again, I want to point out this is not a good strategy, okay? Because you are pretty much relying on your opponent to be more noob than you. You're pretty much relying on them to fizzle harder than you, because unless I'm matching a 3ER, it is very rare that I'm getting the full clear. Here's a perfect example with 3 engine rooms. You know, Berticus fizzled hard, but check this out. You know, I only got 1, Fabi got 3, you know, coming down to 2 engine rooms apiece, losing by destruction, you know, full cleared by Felix here. We did get the dub against Bon Bonane here. Shout out to Bon Bonane. 2 engine rooms versus 1. Shout out to Danimal Crackers, full clear on his end. I only got 2. I got 3 against my CCF here. CCF full cleared me. First Sarge, I got 2. First Sarge only got 1. Rookie, again, comes right down to 2 engine rooms apiece, you know, destruction. And then, of course, you know, we got the dub here against my CCF, my Chinese character friend, 2 engine rooms to 1. So again, this is not a good strategy, okay? I want to point out that you're not going to win consistently with the strategy, but regardless, this is still a strategy, okay? I don't have Grens unlocked. That's going to be happening at some point today. So yes, I will be playing Grens on at least one of my accounts this season. And when I do my next tier list video for Warships troops, Grens will be bumped up a few tiers, because yes, I have been biased with them, and I severely underranked them on the tier list. With that being said, Skull Army, I want to show you that there are no Zookas on this account, so it is coming down to the smoke, only at tick 1, max level heavies. Our flare tick 3 or 4 will work just fine. Tick 4 just to save a little bit more on that gunboat energy, and of course Captain Everspark tick 1 as well. Absolutely no love on either of the accounts here. So again, guys, not the best strategy, but it's still a strategy that you can use if you don't have Zookas. And I also want to point out that I have yet to hit 17 on this account, but I will attempt for it today. So let's check out Berticus here, your replay, my replay here. So again, this pretty much comes down to you're pretty much dropping all your heavies in Captain Everspark on the right ramp on the far right side. And notice how we started things off with a smoke right at the top of the ramp there, and then our first flare point is going to be on the top right on the bend there, right at the choke point, generally somewhere around that point right there. There was a sniper tower right in front of the point, so of course I had to go just a little bit above. You can see that that's generally this area is where you're going to be flaring up this choke point a little bit. So perfect example of where that flare is right there. Then it's just about dropping your smokes, just keeping the heavies protected. Of course, you're going to take serious damage from the boom mines. Players are picking up to this. And then, of course, you just shock, and then you just either free clear or you flare aggressively. So as you can see, we just free cleared, I believe, the machine gun and the flamethrower that was closest, and this was just aggressive flaring to the 3 engine rooms that were in range. I got excited. I thought maybe we were going to get a full clear here, but no, critter launchers for the win. Even though we won that, but critter launchers just wrecked. Well, the machine guns. Actually, no, a lot of defenses actually chipping away at my heavies there. So again, over here, Bon Bonane. So this one, perfect example. You're going to start seeing this a lot. The rocket launcher and the sniper, or just the rocket launcher and the flamethrower on this left side, while you still see that compact on the right side. So as you can see here, full heavy drop, Captain Everspark. You can either, you know, go 3 or 4 boats of heavies, Captain Everspark, then the remainder of the heavies, or drop all your heavies and then Captain Everspark. Just don't drop Everspark first, second, or like third, because most likely she is going to die from the mines. I think we actually, yeah, she died on the mines on this one here. So yeah, you got to be careful, but just, you know, you're pretty much rinsing and repeating here. You're dropping them on that right side of the ramp there. You're dropping your smoke right at the top of the ramp. Then you're dropping your smokes along under the sky shield till you get to your choke point. And then once your heavies, oh yeah, up top there, right, that little square there, that's pretty much your final flare point. And then you're just managing your gunboat energy, your shocks, and again, you're free clearing, or you are flaring aggressively. And generally, I think it is a little bit better to flare aggressively, meaning you're just going to go right for the engine rooms if you are using this strategy here. So our next win here was against the first Sarge. So again, luckily I wasn't running into many of those Grenz layouts, and if I was running into the Grenz layouts, then I probably would just most likely drop, you know, all my heavies and Sparky on the left side here, and then just kind of slow and steady, just free clear and chip away. I probably would keep Hack as well, because Hack has been coming in handy. And as you can see here, Sparky dies so easy on these hits here. So nonetheless, I mean, Sparky isn't really making a difference. I wouldn't even bother hacking on these, because most likely the critter launchers are going to be in range. You can notice how I'm doing this little weird smoke drop whenever I kind of go for that third engine room. If I'm able to make it to a third engine room, I'll try to do a smoke drop on the entire heavy squad as they're approaching the engine room, just so I can kind of time their synchronization when that smoke expires, because I find that you get a little bit more damage in when they're all kind of firing at the same time. It's that synchronization that really kind of packs on that DPS. Could just be in my brain, but it's just what I've noticed over the seasons of playing, you know, that nice synchronization, concentrated power all at once. So as that smoke expires, you can look how fast. Well, I mean, we are going ×4, but I mean, you know, I was surprised they got that much damage. And then, of course, you know, we took an L to rookie here. Some serious loss on damage percentage. But again, my Chinese character friend here, you know, 2 engine rooms to 1. Sniper on that side there. You guys are really, if you're just getting to 4 engine room, you're going to start noticing the defenses on that side there. So notice how this layout actually didn't have all the engine rooms along the back right side here. You've actually got 3 of them on the bottom right instead of the top right. So we played this one a little bit differently. Generally, there's a little L over here. You can kind of see it right here, and that is actually open on the map. That's not off map, so that there's 2 perfect tiles there for you to flare if you do run into these layouts with regards to more engine rooms being on the bottom. And they generally, the troops, the heavies will generally stay on the inside as well, which means you will actually avoid the boom mine, so you won't take as many casualties getting to your flare point. So it'll look something like this. So we drop them. There's the flare point. Notice how we got that nice open tile right behind the flamethrower. You know, the tile to the right of the sniper tower would have worked just as well. So then the heavies do stay on the inside there. Beautiful smoke drops. You can see that, you know, they're all staying on the inside there, completely avoiding the boom mines there. So we're taking minimal casualties as we're making it to our flare point. And as the heavies do make it to the flare point there, you know, we cycle our shocks accordingly, and this was aggressive flaring. Too many defenses to mess around with the free clear, especially with the critter launchers. This was just shock and flare aggressively. And we tried to get sneaky up top here, but as you can see, you know, not very many heavies left there. I think I had like 2 or 3 heavies at the top. I think we got like a speck of damage on that top engine room there before the critters finished off the remainder of my heavies. 4 engine room strategy, Skull Army, with Captain Everspark Heavy Zuka and with Captain Everspark Heavy and Smoke. Again, the second strategy, not the best strategy, but if you don't have Zukas, it is a viable option. With that being said, Skull Army and friends, definitely let me know in the comments what your thoughts are with regards to 4 engine room strategy. How many of you are already running into Grenadier players? Are you yourself using Grenadiers? Because once I do get to them on the tech tree, I will be unlocking, well, you have to unlock them. They're on the main path, but I will be maxing them on 1 account. So I am planning on using a little bit of Grenz, probably on Borealis for some 4 engine room gameplay. So stay tuned for a Grenadier video this season for Warships. With all that being said, my friends, we will officially be wrapping up today's 4ER strategy video for Boom Beach Warships Season 44 Heavy Ship Week 1 Day 3. Skull Army and friends, we will officially be wrapping up today's video. Now, I think it's time to make like a Tom and cruise. We'll catch you on the next stream. Peace!